Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today we are going to present you on the topic application programming interface. Let me give you some brief introduction about our presenters. My name is Moeed Ahmed. Along with me is Saim Amjid and Shahzaib Ishtiaq. In this video we are going to cover what is an API, uses of APIs, types of APIs, OS APIs and the Win32 API. So, what is an API? An API stands for Application Programming Interface. It provides tools and interface between two applications. It also allows them to communicate with each other. Next is uses of APIs. The first use we will talk about is weather forecasting. For example, when we want to view the weather on our mobile phones, the weather data is fetched using an API because the APIs are pre-installed on the app. Next use is logging in using a different site. When we want to log into a site, it provides you option to log in with our Google account, Microsoft account, Apple account, or maybe Facebook account. So these sites provide API that enable this. Next use is Google Maps. When we view the map on our mobile devices, the location data is fetched through an API like the Google Maps APIs. Now coming to types of APIs. Types of APIs on the basis of their availability. The first one is open APIs. Open APIs are available to everyone. Anyone can use it. Second one is internal APIs. Internal APIs are only available and used within a company. For example, if a company has set up their own API, so only the company members can use that API. It is only available to them. Next one is partner APIs. Partner APIs is similar to internal APIs, but in this case, there are business partners as well. For example, if a company has some business partners, so the business partners can also access that API. The last one is composite APIs. Usually, we make multiple API calls to fetch the data we need. With composite APIs, we can get all the data we need through a single call. Now, coming towards types of API on the basis of their protocols. The first one is REST. REST is a stateless client server protocol. Stateless means no user data is stored on the server, whereas client server means there is a server computers and clients that is user that sends requests to it. Different requests are sent using different URLs. Second one is RPC. It uses remote procedures. It is also a client server protocol. The client computers calls the procedure stored on the server. This procedure runs on the server and returns result to the client. Third one is SOAP. SOAP is basically also a client server protocol. The request and responses are sent and received in XML. XML is basically executable markup language and it is also a platform independent. The last one is WebSocket. In WebSocket, there is two-way client-server communication in JSON. It uses JSON objects for two-way client-server communication. Moving on to the types of APIs on the basis of their use cases. The first one is database API. It allows users to work with databases and also enables them to perform CRUD operations. Second one is OS APIs, which is operating system APIs. It enables users to access and use operating system services. The third one is remote APIs. Remote APIs enables two applications on a different machines to communicate with each other. The last one is web APIs. It enables communication with web applications and also allows the users to interact with the web applications. Coming on to the OS APIs. OS APIs basically give access you to the operating system services, and there are three most common OS APIs. The first one is Win32 APIs. It is for Windows-based system, for example, Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows 7, etc. POSIX APIs. POSIX API are for POSIX-based system like Linux, macOS, etc. The third one is Java API. Java API is basically for JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Talking something about Win32 API. So the Win32 API allow programmers to access OS services on Windows. The API is decoupled from the system calls. Changes to the system calls do not affect the API at all. The Win32 API has also calls for working with various GUI components like scroll bars, windows, dialog boxes, text boxes, etc. There are some calls available in the Win32 API like create file, create a file or open an existing file, close handle which means close a file, read file for example if you want to read a data from a file, similarly exit process like terminate execution. So these are some few calls in the which are used in Win32 API. So that's all, gentlemen. I hope you get a brief and general concept related to application programming interface. Have a nice day. That's all from our side. Thank you.